Wow. So apparently I have full on pandemic hair beard thing going on here. This is pretty ridiculous. That's besides the point. So it's now been about a week since the transfers, name changes, hoopla with Game Ago started. And to say it's an unmitigated disaster from the player base's perspective, yeah, I would say yes. From a money making point of view, from Game Ago, it's probably been great. But as of today, the transfers are actually broken for some people. There's people stuck in limbo. But this is a real problem because now you have some severe server imbalance, and it's going to lead to some real issues with the game when it comes to just all kinds of things, right? So let's get into that. So let's talk about what's going on in Denny as an example to kind of describe the mess that Gamingo has made of this. So when transfers opened, a bunch of players from the west side exiled east so they could transfer to Tyrannos east, because right now we know that Tyrannos is probably the most populated server with the most PvP. So there's a large group of people that were really converging on Tyrannos. But what that has done is kind of caused a complete imbalance on some of these other servers. And without a merge, we know a merge might be coming in the future. But without a merge, it has caused real problems because now you have people moving from other servers. Instead of having a closed ecosystem with a number of people, you have people bringing material, equipment, and stuff onto Denny that are on the coming on the east side because of the vacuum created. That's now causing an imbalance again on the server. So you have an artificial thing coming into the ecosystem, which was a closed box, right? And have all the players that grew up on the server, so to speak. Now you have artificial things being injected because of this paid server transfer mechanism that's causing the server to become imbalanced. And since it's using the exile system, there's no, you have to wait for the balance to flip back the other direction. So at the end of the day, should it, will it reach some sort of equilibrium? Probably, but it's going to cause some short-term misery while this happens. Server transfers to one extent are great, but when they really cause that big of a flip and you have this artificial mechanism where you're injecting players from other servers into this situation, it's not necessarily a one-to-one. And when everything was a closed box, a closed ecosystem, so now you've blown up this closed ecosystem, and you could have high gear score players transferred in. That's going to cause a pretty titanic shift in the balance of power. So in this case, you had a number of players west, high gear score players move, basically off server, and then other players move from a different server, moving onto this server now east. So it's a complete mess. And now you have a case where you have Denny and some other servers that have some severe imbalances that are going to have to get merged. We all know it's coming. It's just a matter of when, and really the sooner the better, because I think we all want to have, when the sides are more balanced, it makes things a heck of a lot more interesting. The content becomes more interesting because it's just, no one, the face roll thing it's not interesting to anybody. Well, I take that back. It might be interesting to some people, but I think, you want to have sides that are a little bit more balanced, which is going to make for some more interesting fights. Things like strategy come into account, right? So I think it's important to kind of talk about where we are now. And my personal pet peeve is this name change thing is driving me batshit crazy. Trying to understand who the hell's coming, what their name was before. I feel like I need to be able to assign aliases to people, know where they came from, so you can see who's coming from where, what their name was before. It's just making things super confusing. So I know this is a short video, but I think it's very important to highlight kind of what kind of mess Gamingo has made here. There will be probably a long-term solution when it comes to server merges, but who knows how long that's going to take. They're still trying to unwind the problem when it comes to transfers. There's people that are stuck in limbo, no idea when that's going to get fixed. They're now blaming XL, so there's going to be a lot of back and forth there. The next video I would be posting here, what I would say back to a normal content length video, will be around farmhands, tier 2 farmhands and trades. There was some requests for that inside of the comments, so I'm going to hope to get that posted here in the next few days. So stay tuned for that. Again, appreciate everybody like listening in here. This is a little bit more ranty, but I'm sure everybody's kind of seeing this right now. It is a bit of a mess. So stay tuned. I'll see you guys online and get out there. Thanks.